Hey everyone, I just wanted to do one more video on humidity and mold. This will be the third, I guess, in what turned out being a three-part series, but I just don't want to get too much further into this topic because there's other stuff that we can be talking about and learning about on this channel. But from the questions and comments that I got after the last couple of videos, I did want to do one final follow-up video, more of a positive spin and encouragement on if you're living in your car or car camping, how you can be diligent and do some basic things to really make sure that you're doing what you can to not have to worry about getting mold. So there's no guarantees in life, but some of the research I've done and some of the comments that I've gotten from people really are provided some helpful insights to me to make me comfortable with continuing to live in my car and not worrying about getting mold or worse mold than I had before. And so let me just start out with one of the comments that I got. First of all, I talked about one of the best ways to deal with getting mold in your car is just make sure you dehumidify it. And I went over in my last video a couple dehumidifiers and things that I tried to purchase that didn't work. And the number one thing I found was just using the air conditioner to suck that the moisture out of the air in the mornings on warm days when it wasn't too uncomfortable to run the air conditioner, or just driving around with the windows down. Watch the last video and see some of the things I talked about. But this subscriber had mentioned, hey, you can run your AC and your heat at the same time, which is something I didn't realize. And I wasn't trying to doubt this person, the subscriber, but I fact check everything that people tell me to make sure that I'm stuffing my head with facts. And I did do a search. I actually did some research using Google Bard. And so if you saw a couple videos ago, I did one about Chat GPT and artificial intelligence and how it's really advancing to where you can use it to ask questions and get answers to all kinds of things. Well, Bard is Google's version of AI chat. So I'll do a video on it in the future because it's really good too and an amazing tool. But I just asked Bard, hey, can I use my AC to dehumidify my car in the winter while running the heater? And sure enough, it says yes, you can definitely use your car's AC to dehumidify the air while running the heater in winter. In fact, it is a common and effective way to clear up foggy windows, even when the outside temperature is low. So there you go. We all just learned something new. You can actually turn on your heater in the winter and push the AC button. And what happens, and you can read the rest of this if you pause and read the rest of this on your screen if you want, but what it does is the AC is a condensing unit that draws moisture out and actually expels it out of your car. So if you've ever been running your air conditioner and then pulled out of a parking spot or something and saw a puddle of water in the summertime, it's because your air conditioner actually draws the air out and drains it out of your car, draws the moisture out of your air and drains it out of your car. And so by running the AC while you've got the heater on, it has that effect. Now, it doesn't have the effect to the extent it would in summer when you're running your air conditioner at full force and it's just cold air coming out, because that cold air has a lower moisture content, but it can help with dehumidifying. So if you're in the freezing cold in winter and want to give that a shot, I'm going to this next winter to see how that may help. So that was some really great information. Thanks for posting that. Another person had some concerns about living in an area with high humidity. They said that they live in an area where it's 85% humidity outside right now. Now, as we talked about in the last episode, and we'll get into in some of the slides here, you want to bring your humidity down below 50% to make sure that you're not creating an environment where mold can grow. And so it is an issue if you live in an area with high humidity. But I will also remind you that a lot of the times those high humidity areas, it's not all day long. And also remember that if you bring the humidity down inside your car and you leave your car closed, it should keep that humidity relatively low in your car compared to outside. So again, the name of the game is bringing the humidity level down inside your car. And that's some of the things we looked at in the last couple of videos, and we'll kind of review here again just quickly. So let's go to the Environmental Protection Agency's website to remind ourselves from the last video kind of what we learned, and that's that for mold to grow, that the mold spores need moisture for 24 to 48 hours minimum to start to grow. And so what you want to do is make sure that if the moisture level is getting up high in your car at night while you're sleeping and breathing out that moisture, or if you live in a humid area, just try on a daily basis to bring that humidity level down, so that it draws the moisture out of the environment so that you don't get a situation like this. This is the panel I took out of the back of my car that had black mold on the inside of it, right by the area where my head had been, where I slept every single night. So, number one, make sure you just on a daily basis, if you're living in your car or car camping, take the time to bring that moisture level down inside your car so you don't have an environment where that mold can grow. And you can know if you've got that moisture level down by ordering something like one of these meters. This is a 2-pack, the one I bought. So I had a backup for less than $15 on Amazon. And you can see here at the top, it gives you the temperature. The bottom panel on that monitor gives you a percentage of humidity in the air. Again, you want to get that level down to below 50%. And if you can, then it dries out your car enough that you just haven't created a moist enough environment long enough for mold to grow. Hopefully you can mitigate mold growth by doing that. And so the other thing, let's take a look at the CDC's website, because I want everybody to understand this isn't just an issue about living in your car. It's not like a reason why you shouldn't live in your car or car camp because it's a worse environment for things like mold than a home, because mold is everywhere. Like it says here, molds are very common in buildings and homes. Mold is in the air everywhere. It's growing outside all over the place. What's a concern is when you have mold in a confined place like a home or bedroom or car, and it's starting to grow and getting large colonies of mold, because what that can do then is it produces allergens, allergic reactions for you. So that's one thing to look for. If you're not usually an allergic person, but you're starting to sneeze and have some breathing problems or issues, you may want to check your car out and see if you've got an issue with mold growing somewhere in your car, because that's really the sign that something could be happening, because that's really the number one thing that mold does is it's an allergen, so it aggravates our allergies. And so the other thing too is that the key, as it says right here on the EPA website, the key is moisture control. That's the whole ball game when it comes to trying not to let mold grow in your car, is that moisture control component, and making sure again that you monitor the humidity level in your car. Make sure that you don't have a humidity level that gets over 50% for 24 or 48 hours long. As long as you're bringing that humidity down, before that 24-hour, I'd say before a 24-hour period, every day, as long as you're bringing that humidity level down to a low level, then you are taking away the environment that mold spores need to grow into mold colonies. And so again, get one of these monitors. This here was after I ran the air conditioner in my car one morning. It was 70, almost 79 degrees out. I ran the air conditioner for 5 or 10 minutes and it got the humidity level all the way down to 10% and dried out my car. I saw water on the windows and the door panels, and after I dried it out, it all dried out. And so I removed that environment where mold could potentially grow, and it made my car healthy again. And so once again, the main thing is humidity level. And as we see here, another source of information from the EPA, that a safe target area for a home or a car is to be 30 to 50%. The reason they have that lower number, 30%, is because if you really dry out your air, it can cause you to feel dried out and make you feel uncomfortable, and also have negative health effects. So if you can kind of be in that 30, 50% range, you're getting below 50% and taking away in the environment for mold growth, and you're in a comfortable place for yourself and living in your car or car camping. So I hope this follow-up video was helpful to you and provided helpful information. And in the next video, we will move on to some more new exciting topics about car living and car camping. See you in the next video.